Hello and welcome to my Cyberdark Dinomorphia Exosister deck. Let's jump right into the deck profile. For the Exosister cards I'm only playing 3 Martha, 3 Elis, 3 Pax as well as 1 Returnier. Martha can special summon herself from the hand as well as an Elis from the deck, but if you want to use this effect she locks you out of special summoning anything but Exosister monsters for the whole turn. Elis can special summon herself from the hand if there's an Exosister monster on your side of the field. Martha can Xyz summon an Exosister Xyz monster using only herself as material if a card is moved out of either player's graveyard. Elis can Xyz summon an Exosister Xyz monster using only herself as material if your opponent moves a card out of either player's graveyard. Pax can search any Exosister card, and it's a quick play spell so you can chain it to a draw, and Returnier can banish a card your opponent controls or that is in their graveyard, and if you Xyz summon this turn it can banish another card, or it allows you to Xyz summon an Exosister monster. Then, because Martha locks you out of special summoning anything but Exosister monsters, we are playing a ton of cards that give us additional normal summons of level 4 monsters. We are playing the Cyberdark engine. This consists of 3 Claw, 2 Realm as well as 1 Edge. Claw can send itself to the graveyard to search Realm. Realm can then search Edge, and Realm gives you an additional normal summon of a Cyberdark monster. So you can normal summon Edge, then equip Claw to it. This will then trigger Martha because Claw has been moved out of the graveyard. And Claw gives Edge the additional effect that it can send a monster from our extra deck to the graveyard during the damage step if it battles. This allows you to send and trigger Entis during the damage step. Claw Edge can also attack directly, and it's on 2400 because it's boosted by the attack of Claw. Then we are playing 3 Sakitama, another card that gives us an additional body on the field without a special summon, because this can reveal itself in the hand, and then we can normal summon a spirit monster in addition to our normal summon. And because it itself is a spirit monster, we can always just get the Sakitama on board as a free buddy. Because this specials itself, and these give us an additional normal summon, we don't need our normal summon. Because of that, we can play Dinomorphia Theresia as our normal summon. Theresia, when it's normal or special summoned, can set a Dinomorphia trap from the deck. We set Dinomorphia Frenzy, and then in our opponent's main phase, we can use Frenzy to fusion summon a Dinomorphia fusion monster using materials from our deck and extra deck. We send a Theresia from the deck and a Cantragina from the extra deck to the graveyard to summon a Cantragina, and then you can use Cantragina, banish the Frenzy to copy the effect and then fusion summon into a copy of Rexterm. Because Cantragina is a level 6 dark and these are level 4 lights, you can play Chaos Angel if you wanted to. I cut it from my extra deck though because it's a turn 3 play and I didn't like it as much, but it's a nice play that you can use an Exosister monster as well as the Cantragina to go into a Chaos Angel. Then for the Handtraps we are playing 3 Ash, 3 Bailer, 3 Droll, 2 Mourner as well as 2 Ogre, and last Handtrap is 3 Imperm. In our extra deck we are playing 2 Michaelis. Michaelis can search an Exosister spell or trap because it can search Pax, it can search any Exosister card, and if it was summoned this turn using an Exosister monster as material, it's a banish of a card your opponent controls or in their graveyard. Then 1 Caspitel. Caspitel can search an Exosister monster, and if it's summoned using an Exosister monster as material, neither player can special summon monsters from the graveyard until the end of the turn. And Astophiel, when it's summoned, says that neither player can activate card effects in the graveyard until the end of the turn, and it can target a monster your opponent controls and return it to the hand. Astophiel is a really nice board breaker, and I like summoning this on my opponent's turn quite much. Exosister Magnifica allows you to use 2 Exosister Xyz monsters to Xyz summon her, then she can attack twice. She's a banish of a card your opponent controls on their graveyard, and she can float into another Xyz monster if your opponent activates a card or effect. Then for the other Xyz monsters I'm playing a Zeus. This is just a good board breaker, but most of the time you will be locked out of summoning this, but you can play around the Martha lock. 1 Typhon, this is great to break boards, and sometimes you can just end on a set Frenzy and a Typhon if you want to go second. The Dinomorphia cards in the extra deck are 2 Rexterm and 2 Cantragina. You could play 1 Cantragina, 1 Stealth Bergia, but I like to play around Kashtira Unicorn, so I'm playing both of these at 2. Then 1 Entis to send to the graveyard with the Edge. 1 Magistus Moon Maiden and 1 SP Little Knight to have a link 1 we can summon with an Exosister monster and an SP that we can summon using an extra deck monster in case we get debarriered. Because Martha locks you into only summoning Exosister monsters until the end of the turn, and debarrier is a card. There will be quite many people who debarrier after the Martha has resolved. So D-Barrier is quite painful, but SP and Magister's Moon Maiden allow you to play kind of around it. In the side deck, I'm playing 3 Lancia because Malice is not a great matchup for this deck, 2 Dark Ruler no more against combo wombo decks, a 3rd copy of Frenzy in case we go first, 2 Bardis because this summons 2 Exosister monsters from our deck, and fun fact, Exosister main deck monsters are spellcasters, so you can play 2 Secret Village, 1 Metaverse, and 3 Trust if you go first, and a Carpe Videm. This is great in grindy matchups, and it's spell trap removal. All in all, I'm really happy with this list. I played at 2 different locals with this. I got 2nd place once, and I got 5th place once. Both of the times I went 3-1. At the first local I played at, I lost every single die roll, played versus Malice in round 1, where I rigged really badly, but won every single other match. I lost versus Malice 0-2 because I bricked with Theresia, double Ash, double Droll, and my Theresia got Veiled. In match 2, I played versus Fiendsmith White Forest. I 2-0'd him. And round 3, I played versus Orcus White Forest, 2-0'd him. And in round 4, I played versus Yubel Fiendsmith. It was a really grindy and close matchup, but I was able to 2-1 him and finish 3-1. And in the second local, I played versus Fire King in round 1, 2-0'd him. Salamangreat in round 2, got a 2-1 against him. Then Sprite, Furhire, Runic, I got a 2-1 against them. And in round 4, I played versus Manadium and sadly lost finals 2-1 because of a stupid misplay. This deck could have very much won me locals. I hope you like this deck as much as I do. I hope that this deck may get some new support with the tactical tri-decks that just got announced in the OCG. And if you want to test an Exosister deck list, feel free to copy this list. It's super fun. It's not a hard deck to understand, and it's super cool when you just normal summon Theresia, normal summon Cyberdark Edge, activate Martha, and see the confusion in your opponent's faces. Meanwhile, you end on some crazy board of Rexterm, Magnifica, Secret Village, and your opponent still doesn't know what deck you're playing. It's a really fun deck, and if you want to see more decks like this, then you can maybe leave a sub here. I'm on my road to 1,000 subscribers. We are getting close. And if you want to see another deck, then just comment below. I'm already building Punk Gold Pride as one of my next decks to make a video about, because I got a very nice comment about that deck. And I'll hope to see you in the next video. I hope you stay safe, and see ya.